Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, May 11th. It is 6:20 right now. Market's going to open in about 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, then I'll send out the link and we can start off with our mentoring session for today, or sorry, our live trading session for today. Got this set up right here. Got this set up right there. A few more things to add on over here and it would be good to go for the day. Here we go. And we're all done. All right, so let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Then we'll get started with our analysis for this morning. Good. All right. All right, guys, so people are making their way in. I'll give it a few minutes for people to join. Once people are in the room, we'll start with our analysis for this morning. So I'm going to start off by marking up the liquidity here on the 1 minute. Let me zoom out from here real quick. We do have a bearish bias. I'll check the overall bias again shortly before the market opens. But from what I saw, we do have a bearish bias. There's a lot of liquidity here on the top side, so we might get a fake out to the upside before it drops back down. Not too much liquidity right there. That's pretty much it, because it was a huge drop during London session. So, all right, looks good right there. Get these marked up right here as well. All right, looks good. Fix that. Fix that. All right, looks good. So here are the liquidity areas for the clean chart, liquidity areas for the markup chart over here. Susan in the room. Hey, everyone, morning. Morning, Craig. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Peter. Morning, David. Morning, Mauricio. Morning, Maria. Morning, Marco. Morning, Miles. Morning, Stern. Morning, Lisa. Morning, everybody. So people are still making their way in. Here is liquidity here marked up on the 1 minute. Going over to the 10 minute, there was a lot of V3s that came up. I don't know if a lot of you guys spotted it. I was asleep, but if I was awake, I would have taken the V3 right here. There was a one off the 10 minute right here, went straight to full TP, huge move. There was one on the 5 minute, or actually not the 5 minute, the 3 minute right here. Because I did see a couple people post up some profits. So there's actually a lot of entries that came up. There's another one here on the 1 minute too. That was right over here. So there was a lot of V3 entries that came up last night, all dropped to the bottom. So huge move right there. Anyways, it's 6:24 right now. Market's going to open in about 6 minutes. So let's take a look at the retail sentiment real quick. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it's currently 72% long. Looking over here at the fundamentals, it's currently 128 points in the red. And the heat maps, for the most part, red as well. We're not going to update that right now. I don't think it'll update because let's see. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, most of them are red. So everything here is pointing towards the sell, guys. Also, the technicals here, they're slightly pushing to the upside, but they might be dropping right back down. So with that said, looks like we're pretty much good to go for the most part. We'll probably be looking for sells today. We'll see what happens when the market does reopen. But there is liquidity on both sides. Liquidity right here on the bottom. Liquidity right here on the top. All right, let's see who else is here. So let's see. Hey, Marlon, morning. Morning, Mace. Morning, Solo. Morning, Jessica. Morning, Jez. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Professor. Morning, Kevin. Morning, Barack. Morning, Rick. Morning, Rashida. Yeah, so next step here, we're going to mark up the news. Let me see if there was news this morning. So there was news. Let's refresh it real quick. There was news right here at 5:30. 5:30 was core CPI, which is the inflation news. That's why the big drop happened. So at 5:30, I'm going to draw news price right over there. So we do have news price 30. And then it looks like we have some more news here at 7:30. $7.30, which is right over here. All right, solid. So I'm gonna mark that up, color that red. Mark this up over here as well, 7:30. And then I will mark up the opening price, 6:30. $7 and $8. All right, so price is pretty far from the news price, but doesn't mean price can't come up, retest it, and then come back down, right? That's something I could expect happening. So we'll see when the market opens at 6:27 right now. Market's going to open in about 3 minutes. Kurt said he can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Hey, Rashida, morning. Yeah, I think you just got to put on your, turn up your volume, Kurt. Everyone else could hear me. So it looks like it's just a one-sided thing for you right there. All right, cool. So thanks guys for confirming that. Kurt, looks like your volume might be just turned down. All right, guys, price is now ranging right here down the middle. So as you guys can see, not really much going on right here. Looking over here at the markup chart, not much going on over here either. Yeah, it's pretty much prepping for the breakout, guys. So if we look for a breakout here, we'll see where it goes. I'll put up the requirements here as well for that. Requirements for the breakout are right there. Yeah, Maddie said I could see manipulate push to the upside and a drop. I could see that too. That's kind of what I was anticipating. I could see price pushing up, maybe hitting one of these sessions over here, and then coming back down, or even news price up there. So we'll see. Market is opening in about 40 seconds, guys. Hey, Ryan, morning. All right, guys, market is now going to open in about 25 seconds. When the market opens, we'll confirm to see where the fundamentals are on open. Currently, right now, everything's pointing towards a bearish bias. The reason for the bearish bias is that retail sentiment is bearish. Fundamentals are currently very red. They're not very red anymore, but they were pretty red. We'll see what happens when the market does actually open, because it'll give us a more realer number to look at. So let's see. Other than that, let's see, it looks like we're good to go. All right, so market is now open, guys. We currently have bullish momentum. So in order for us to confirm where the breakout is, we're looking for either a strong green candle or we're looking for a strong red candle with a sell momentum signal. Currently, right now, we have a bearish bias. So even if we do get a buy here for the breakout, I'm not going to take it. So just give you guys a heads up, FYI. If we get a buy, I'm definitely not going to take it. I mean, even if we get a sell here, I might not even take it either, because if price does come down, it's going to be right at the sessions right here. I would need price to be below the sessions in order for me to take that trade. So as you guys can see here, there's a sessions up here and there's a sessions right here. So either way, it doesn't look like I'm going to be taking the breakout. There's a session pretty much everywhere. So maybe no breakout today, but we'll see. I'll be following it. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to take anything here or not. But for the most part, since we do have a bullish momentum signal here, we're looking for a strong green candle following the requirements here. Requirement one's already been met. We're looking for entries after open. So market is now open. One thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw the opening price. So this might be the breakout right here, guys. This candle right here. As I mentioned, I'm not going to take any buys today because the overall bias is bearish. Retail sentiment 71. Fundamentals here are indecisive. So if this closes right here, you want to be careful if you do decide to take it because the sessions is right here. So it looks like this may be the breakout. I'm not taking it though, so just FYI, I'm not taking the trade. So this here is the breakout. I'm not taking it though, because for one, this candle is too big. For two, it's breaking past the sessions right here. And for three, there's a sessions right there as well. So if you look at my red flags here, a lot of red flags have been met. It's near sessions, and this candle here is too big. But this would technically be your breakout. So I'm not in this position, guys, FYI. If you guys want to take it at your own risk. But I don't take risky trades. So not to say that I don't think this is going to hit TP. It's just that it just doesn't fit my criteria. Retail sentiment is currently, 70% long. So definitely not taking it. But we'll follow it. If it hits, great. If it doesn't, we already understood the risk of this trade here. Solid set alert there. So if and when it does hit, we'll know. But yeah, as you guys can see, so looking at the red flags right here, price is near sessions on the bottom side where it broke through, and it's also near sessions up here too. And I think the main thing here that I would be wary of is the candle prior to entry is too large. This candle here is way too big. If you measure this candle right here, this entry candle is it moved about 1,220 pips. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it retraces down. And that's exactly why we didn't take the trade, right? Huge fake out right there. So hopefully nobody took the trade and you guys listened to my analysis there. It did exactly what we anticipated. I was joking around with the K2 admin. So there's this thing. Every time there's always a time where I tell people not to take a trade and people still take it, right? So I was kind of telling the K2 admins, I was like, man, whenever I tell people not to take a trade, I should do the complete opposite. So like if I did the opposite here and took a sell, I would have made a huge profit, because for some reason, a lot of people just don't like to listen, even though I give you guys as many indications that it's gonna be a risky trade. They take it and they lose and then they get mad. So I was telling them, I should probably just do the opposite when I do tell people it's a risky trade, because it typically does what I analyze. So right there, I did analyze it to come down, and it did come down. So no breakout for that today. The main requirement that it didn't meet was the second requirement here, confirm bias, right? And then it was also around a bunch of red flags. So no entry there. I'll be looking for sells here. So as price comes back down, I'll be looking for any type of sell that may appear. There's not going to be anything here on the, let me see if there's any snipes here maybe. See if I can find them over here. So possible snipe off this candle. There's actually a snipe that's running right now with this previous candle right here too. It was on the opening candle though, so I mean, obviously we wouldn't have taken it, but Possible snipe right here. However, this candle is too big. Red flags still apply here. So snipe strategy, but the red flags right here, this candle is just way too big. Right there. Nice. Rick said made another 2K off this drop. Let's go, definitely. Nice work, Rick. So this is why we confirm the bias, guys. So the bias right now is currently a sell. You guys can see it's net long 70%. Looking over here at the fundamentals. Fundamentals are currently 89 points in the red. Looking over here at the heat map. Heat map is currently, it's pretty mixed, but still looking for a sell here overall. So there's no entry yet off the 1 minute. There's no entry off the, there's actually a V3 right here off the 3 minute. I don't know if anyone saw that. It's just too big of a candle though, so I wouldn't have taken it. It's way too big. It's 1,700 pips. It's currently running right now in profit. Not one that I would take because it's just too big of a candle. I'm just marking it up to show you guys that, you know, there's entries on other time frames, but they're not necessarily what I would consider good entries. Just to let's see, Maddie said full TP off the 634 sell breakout. Oh yeah, this could be considered a actually this could have been a high-low entry, Maddie. It was a high-low right there. It wouldn't be a triple because the trend meter is not red, but I'm sure maybe it was red when it closed. But yeah, that would have been a good one if it was a triple. If it was a triple confluence, I would have taken it because we were looking for a sell here anyways. This is why I always look for the bias first, guys. If I don't see a bias, I'm not going to take a trade, right? If I see a trade going for a buy, but my bias is a sell, I'm not looking for any of that. Bias is always going to be number one. If you look at any of the strategies here, bias, like for the breakout, it's optional, but it's highly recommended, right? I always use it because it does work. We have a possible entry here off the, so I'm going to mark this up. I'm not going to take it on its own. I might look for something on the shorter time frames because this candle is just too big, but we do have something pending here for a snipe entry off the 10 minute. So it's kind of bouncing around right now. We want this to be below 100 points and we want it to be consistently below that. So in order for us to take a trade here, we need this to be below 100 points. It's not below there yet. You can see price is kind of still bouncing around. And same here on the 1 minute. So like here on the 1 minute, we want price to retrace up a little bit. Here it shows this price comes back up. And this is kind of similar to price going back to open, right? So like whenever we talk about price going back to open, you can see that price pushed up right here initially. And I possibly would have taken it back down open. Sorry, my trading view's frozen. Yeah. So like, for example, right here, price is pushing up. This is opening price. And I would have wrote it back down to open if this candle here wasn't so fast. It just moved down way too fast, so we couldn't have caught it. But that's kind of similar to what we did yesterday with regard to the speculative move back to the opening price. This back to open is not one that I would take because this is against the bias. If it's a sell, like if price was to push up here and then come back down, then yeah, I would take the sell. Like, you know, I'll take some speculative sells there, but it's already happened. So it's already happened. I don't expect it to play out. So let me just delete this right here. Here is this candle here has way too big of a wick. So even if this does close, I'm not going to take it for a snipe. I'll follow it, but I'm not going to take it. I'm going to look on the shorter time frames to see if there's anything here that we can possibly take with it. We need a buy signal here in order for us to take something off the one. So there's nothing off here. There is nothing off here, and there's nothing off here as well. The only entry that we currently somewhat have would be this snipe right here, but this would be a risky candle. This candle here was just too big. Oh, and what if it's full TP already right there? It looks like huge drop. You know, maybe taking a speculative sell here if I could. No, I'm just gonna watch it. See if I can maybe get a little bit here. See if I catch it. Oh Yes, caught it. All right, I don't know what's going on. MC4 price and the oh, because I'm on the 10 minute. Sorry, guys. So I did take a speculative sell right there. I didn't, I mean, obviously it's not an account because I didn't tell you guys, but it did this is a snipe here. So I was telling you guys I was waiting for the snipe here and it went straight to TP. So I made a pretty good profit off that. Because this is what we were waiting for. So let me post this up real quick and I'll just show you guys exactly what was going on. Let's see. Patricia said currency.com is not acting right again. Let me see. It looks fine on my end, Patricia. I'm not sure. Is there something wrong with yours? Because I'm looking here on the 1 minute and I'm looking at it's a bit laggy. I can see where there's some lag. Yeah, no, I can see it is lagging a bit. It's lagging a lot, actually. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Okay, now I do see it. Rick said, hey, Patricia, that's because you're on current.com, not currency. Joking though, jokingly. Yeah. No, I took a speculative sell there. It did hit my TP. I made 1,580 off it. But yeah, as I mentioned, we were waiting for this 10 minute here to close. I was mentioning that I wasn't going to take it if this candle here was too big, but what happened was this candle here kind of pushed up, right? So it gave me some room here to take the trade. If this candle closed down here, I for sure wouldn't have taken it, but price kind of came over here. I do see what John mentioned. He said I didn't take the 10 minute slide because it was wicking on both ends, which is a good identification of a risky candle, right? Because it's like a bit of some indecisiveness. So I didn't really bother to look at the wicks, even though if I did look at it, I probably would have just skipped it. The reason why I took it was because our bias was for a sell, and I saw price kind of just bounce around this area. And when I saw it push down at this point, I took it for a small little push. I didn't catch it for full TP, but I caught it for 100 pips. So like when price was right here, this is where I caught it. I literally just caught it for a little push right there. Like literally just like a little bit. So it just pushed down, hit my TP right away. And I'll give you guys a little screenshot here with regard to the snipe, because I know we haven't taken a snipe in a while, so that you guys can see, why I took that trade. But it's fine. If you guys didn't catch the move, it looks like a lot of you guys here actually did catch the move. So Dell over here caught it, locked in 614. Nice work, Dell. Craig over here took it as well. Looks like some of you guys here took it with me. You guys kind of knew what we were looking for. Craig took it, locked in 1,041. Nice work, Craig. Let me take a screenshot of my profits real quick and I'll show you. There's nothing else for us to take right now at the moment, so it's fine. We're just pretty much waiting. Even if all right, my bad, guys. Let me take a screenshot of my profits real quick just to have this down. And we'll keep looking for trades. We're looking for sells here, but there's no sells that are available anyway. So there's nothing for us to take. There's nothing for us to follow right now to begin with. So let me just delete this stuff real quick so that you guys don't think we're in a trade. There's no snipes that are available because we have a pending buy signal right here. But yeah, let me check this real quick. All right. So there was some slippage on my FTMO copier, which is good. It worked in my favor. So I made 1,700 off that. Here's my MFFs. Some slippage here too. I mean, there was slippage in both directions. I'll show you guys shortly. But they all made over 1,000, which is good. Looks like all my MFFs were about the same. Just gotta check my third one. Yeah. So all my MFFs were the same. There's some slippage on my second FTMO, which is okay too. Yeah, price is spiking around a lot right now. Let me clean this up a little bit, take that off. There's nothing off the 10. All right. So let's go back over here to the 1. There's nothing here off the 1. I know there's a pending V3 right here. Not one that I would take because price is right at the sessions. It's right at the sessions and it's right at opening price. So there's just no area here that we would want to trade in. Right at the sessions, right at opening price. Other sessions down here. It's just not a good area to be trading in. Nothing off the 3-minute, nothing off the 5-minute. There's just nothing for us to take right now. So here are my profits off that trade that we took earlier. Here, looking at currency.com, actually the lag is like really, let me check real quick. Yeah, the lag is actually pretty bad right now, guys. So you guys want to be careful if you guys are taking any trades right now. There's a huge lag in between the brokers right now. Let me check the other brokers too. So let me see US30. I mean, if that's the case, we could just use a different broker for today. You know, but here's the thing. When stuff like this happens, it's usually a sign, guys. It's a sign to stay out of the market, right? Because if you guys remember, like last week or the other week previously, when this was happening, like literally all the brokers froze. If you guys remember that, everyone had issues where everyone kind of lost trades because all the brokers kind of just froze at some point. It wasn't just currency.com. Everyone's blaming currency.com, but it wasn't just them. It was literally every broker. So this is probably a sign to stay out of the market. So instead of like trying to search for another broker to use, you should probably just not trade, right? That's probably your best option. I know you guys are addicted to trading. You guys want to be in every single trade, but you know, sometimes it's better for you to just sit out of the market because I'm looking here at Wanda. It's kind of better, but it is lagging a little bit too. I'm looking at my FTMO and I'm looking at this. One thing too that you want to take a look at is, you know, your so you guys can see the profit difference here on my MFF. So here's my main account, it has a green strip because it hit TP, made 1,580. Here's my FTMO copier, made 1,735 from slippage in my direction. Here's my MFF number 1, made 1,440. My MFF number 2, lock in 1,440. Then my MFF number 3, 1,440 as well. So as you guys can see, there's a profit differential between all of my accounts, even both of my FTMO accounts right here. So you guys want to be a bit careful. Instead of like searching for a broker that has near the same data, you should probably just wait for the market to kind of stabilize out, right? There's a lot of stuff going on today. So if you guys are not familiar, CPI came out today, which is the inflation news. You know, it's not basic news. This news here is like high impact, like very high impact. So this could be messing with the markets right now. So I'll stay on the charts and I'll keep looking for trades, but I think I might sit out most of the day today because I obviously, you know, I'm not going to risk it to catch like one more trade here and there, right? Like thing is, it's all about discipline, guys. If the market's telling you there's something wrong with the market, you know, you should probably listen. So we'll be on this live, but obviously you can see the currency.com data is not aligned right now. I'm looking at it going back and forth. The data here is like way different. Yeah, May said my MT4 moving like a rabbit and trading view like a turtle. Yeah, no, I can see that too, Mace. I'm looking at it on my end as well. It's definitely not aligned at all, which, yes, a bit annoying. So let me go over here real quick. It looks like the Awanda data is, no, this is lagging too. Look, Awanda data is not even moving. You guys see that? The Awanda data didn't even move. It was frozen. So it's not just currency.com. Awanda is also not working very well. Let me see. Let's go over to Black Bull, or you guys are saying that you're using capital.com. Looking over at capital.com, this is also lagging, guys. Yeah, this is lagging a lot. The candle on MT4 is like supposed to be down here. So looking from broker to broker, this is still lagging. It's not as bad, but this one is also lagging. I don't know what else would we use here. The main ones that I see you guys use or that I see other people use is, well, we use currency.com. I see other people use Owanda. That's like one of the other big ones. Today I see some of you guys using capital.com. Oh man. I'm catching a cold. It sucks. Right before vacation too. David said it's a conspiracy. I mean, technically it kind of is, right? It's a conspiracy across these brokers. So it looks like price is starting to, no, it's definitely not starting to level out here on currency.com. It's still kind of delayed. Mauricio says payback from TFF, right? Because everyone left TFF. Anyways, back to the charts here, guys. I don't see anything for us to take at the moment. Price is pushing up like super heavy right now. I guess what we could do here is we can just, let me see if I can find. Let's see. I'm going to try to see which one is most accurate. And then I guess we can just remark up the charts. I'm not going to keep it on here, but we're just going to use it for right now. So if anyone wants to keep an eye out on currency.com, just let me know if and when it comes back to normal. But for right now, let's use Owanda. I mean, they're freezing as well, but they're not freezing as much. But yeah, here's my profits for this chart. All right, and I'll look over everyone's profits as well. If you guys have profits to send in, feel free to send them in. Looks like everyone here has sent them in the group, so I will take a look at them shortly as well. So I got that marked up right there. I'm gonna post this up to the other groups real quick. Let's see. So over here real quick. Over there. And one last place, and we'll take a look at everyone's profits. All right, so going back to the chat over here. So let's see, Craig over here locked in 1,041. Great work, Craig. Lisa over here locked in a total of 6,953. Amazing work, Lisa. And then her second account over here, she locked in a total of 2,414. Great work, guys. Kenny over here sent in his profits, locked in a total of 3,546. Man, a lot of you guys here are doing way better than me today, which is good. I like seeing a lot of people here do make more profit than me, because it just proves the K2 works, right? It's the main thing here. Dell over here locked in a total of 614. Rick over here locked in a total of 4,049. And you guys are making like four times, 5 times my profit. Kenny over here locked in 3,546. We already got that down. Rick again over here currently up 7,339. Nice work, Rick. He said, I'm glad I didn't listen to myself. Definitely, Rick. Nice work. Scrolling down further, we got Tasha over here locked in a total of 1,905. Nice work, Tasha. Kevin over here locked in a total of 4,965. As you guys can see, these are all like different people in the group who are locking in. Kurt's asking, how do you enter the signals so fast? We don't necessarily enter signals, Kurt. We're just entering trades. There's no signals here. Jay said, I'm taking my profits now. It's hella lagging for sure. So Jay over here, he locked in a nice 590 for the day. Nice work, Jay. Pretty solid. Other than that, let's see if there's any other profits here that were sent in. So we got Joshua over here, total profit of 470. Nice work, Joshua. Emil's on over here locked in 465 off this account. Yeah, he said the spreads are really high. And then his second account locked in 240. Nice work, Melzon. So way to still lock in profits off that. And his third account right here locked in 715. So great work right there, Melzon, across all of your 3 accounts. Charles over here, he said phase 1, 100K FTMO pass. So another K2 member here, Charles, just locked in another 100K challenge. So Charles is currently funded 500K across his other accounts. Once you get funded on this, you're gonna now be up 600K. So amazing work right there, Charles. Just a reminder, guys, if you guys can finish, like if you guys max out your FTMO and your MFF, you can have up to 1 million in funded accounts, right? For me personally, I have maxed out my FTMO. I'm now maxing out my MFF. I'm on my last 200K account. So hopefully when that passes, I'll be good to go with that right there. Other than that, I think that's about it. As we continue on. So here is the Owanda chart. I think this is, not sure if currency.com has gotten better, but let me just scroll up real quick, see if I missed anything. I'm just going down, making sure I didn't miss any questions here. All right, I don't think I missed anything, so I think we're good for the most part. I just see that I'm going through the chat right now on the Zoom. Lisa said YOLO Wednesdays. Rick said these sessions are gold if I use them. Thanks, Sean. Definitely, Rick. I know if you guys listen to my analysis, it makes all the sense with locking these profits. Victor said up 2K. I'm done. See you guys later. Definitely, Victor. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, Kurt said that was a 10-minute daily, but it didn't fit the requirements for the buy. So smart move there, Kurt, on avoiding that buy. Nice. Duggan said started a new challenge this week. When I pass, I'm going to donate all profits to different charities each month. 11K profits so far. Nice work, Duggan. And that's amazing that you plan on doing that. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. So we're here on the, let's see, Owanda looks kind of fine. So we'll keep using Owanda here. Let me just go ahead and mark up the high lows. We're still looking for sells though, guys. So I'm not looking to take any trades for any buys, but I will mark up the liquidity. There's a lot of areas of liquidity here that have not been hit and they still need to be hit. So I wouldn't be surprised if price continues to push around. So let's do this over here as well. So we'll just play around with the Owanda for today. Typically, we're not going to use Owanda, but this is just for today because this is probably the closest one to FTMO pricing. So here's the thing. You know how price is lagging? The thing is, we don't know if FTMO is lagging, right? Because the thing is, if we're trying to look for a broker that's still like active right now, what if like FTMO is the one that's lagging and this is actually on time, right? It's going to screw up your trades either way. So this is another reason why I'm not looking to take any trades, because we don't know which one's actually not working. It just seems like one's working, one's not, because one's moving faster than the other. But there could be an issue between different servers. Like MFF could be moving differently while FTMO is moving differently, while currency.com or whatever is moving differently as well. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'm not looking to take any trades myself. I will keep analyzing the charts, but I don't think I'm going to be taking any trades on my actual account because it's just, there's no point in me risking it during these conditions here. So other than that, let's see if there's anything else over here that I'm missing. Gotcha. Okay, so Jess said I have TV. I have 3 brokers open there, all same price. Okay, good to know. So is currency.com back on track? Let me see. Currency.com looks like it's a bit different. Jez, I'm not sure if it's okay, I see. Yeah, it's kind of close, but it's not exactly there. I like because right now I'm looking at FTMO and it's like really it's red right now. It's a red candle and this candle is actually green. So it is a bit delayed. There's a delay between FTMO and and currency.com. It's delayed by like one candle, it looks like, or two candles actually. So if you guys have seen like a lot of brokers talk about this, this data arbitrage, this is what they're talking about. Sometimes there's brokers that are like running kind of late. And if someone is trading on currency.com, you could be making hella like, you could be making a lot of profit off here because this is moving two candles back. So you actually know where the candle is moving after. This is how people kind of scam the system, right? They arbitrage, they go between brokers and they see which one's moving slower. And then they take trades like behind time. Because I'm looking at FTMO right now, price is pushing up. So I could expect this right here to actually go up. And we'll see if it actually does go up. Marco says 5 candles behind. Yeah, it's pretty far behind. Actually, the candles here don't even line up anymore. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, I got everything here lined up already anyway, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, that's something I don't recommend anybody do. Don't do that candle arbitrage stuff, guys, because that stuff will get your account banned. So for sure, don't do that. I'm looking at Awanda right now. Awanda is not moving the same speed as FTMO. It's kind of laggy too. And there it goes. See, currency.com price pushed up. Yeah, I've been a quick 1,000 pips right there. Yes, Alarm said maybe MT4 is the one lagging. LOL. Exactly, that's what I'm saying too. So we'll keep looking around, but there's nothing for us to take right now anyways. All right. All right, other than that, let's see. Here's the thing, guys. You guys keep saying MC4. MC4 is not a broker, right? So it depends on what you guys are using. If you're using FTMO, FTMO is a broker, or it's broker data that they're using, or MFF. So MC4 and TradingView are not brokers. There's different brokers within the platforms. TradingView is a platform, MC4 is a platform. So depending on which one you guys are on, I don't have MFF open, so I'm not sure if MFF's even moving faster than FTMO. So that's the thing I'm trying to get across to you guys. Everyone's kind of comparing TradingView to MT4. They're not brokers. It doesn't matter like which one you guys are using. Yeah, Maddie just said MFF is faster. So FTMO is actually lagging too. Yeah, Maddie said MFF is faster. So I don't know. Maddie has both of them open. You have both of them open, Jess? I mean, I don't know, and I don't care, guys. So whatever becomes the case, either or, it's still, there's an issue with the market today with data feeds. So I don't plan on taking any trades. If we see anything here, I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm still not taking them. So for example, right here, there's a V3 that is actually available right here. Not one that I would personally take myself, but just to show you guys that there's one that's currently right there. It's just too risky to take trades like this when the data feeds are kind of lagging. This is also a risky trade because it's so close to the sessions right here. So red flags. Yeah, Peter said, I don't know and I don't care. Yeah, I'm just like, because the thing is, I'm not trying to squeeze in any trades. So for me personally, I know that the market is kind of screwed up right now. So I would just hold off on taking any trades. If you guys want to take trades, just remember, take it at your own risk, because I personally don't recommend taking anything right now. Because here's the thing that you don't want to happen. You don't want to take a trade and then the brokers freeze like it did like 2 weeks ago. And then you end up getting stuck in a trade, right? Because that's kind of what happened last week. A couple of people blew their accounts on, especially TFF. I blew one of the accounts on TFF because, well, not for this specific reason, but I've seen other people where they entered a trade here, right, for like to sell, and then their broker just froze. And then either whoever was trading in the direction of bias, price ended up like way down here. So you either made a huge profit or a huge loss. It's cold getting worse. But yeah, back to what I was saying, guys. Like if you guys take a trade here, just be careful because when you come back or if the market freezes, there might be a gap in price. And then if there's a gap in price, you're gonna get screwed because you can't pull out of your position. So yeah, Ruin said market's whack. I'm out. Thanks, Sean. Definitely Ruin. Yeah, you guys are free to ask whatever questions you guys have right now. I'm not looking to take any trades, but I will, obviously I'll mark up trades when I do see them. As I mentioned earlier, there's a V3 here that's technically running. Where was it? Yeah, so there's a V3 there that's technically running. Not one that I would personally take myself because it's so close to the session. So there's red flags right there. But it is technically running. So Kurt's asking this question, how do you enter trade so fast? We use the DOM tool, which stands for depth of market. Kurt, if you go on YouTube, just search up depth of market, you'll find it. Basically, when you enter a market price, it'll automatically set your TP and stop loss. So that's how you enter a trade so fast. So just go to YouTube, search up depth of market, and then it'll tell you how to set it up. If you want to know how to pull it up on your MT4, just click on your MT4 chart, right click, go to depth of market, and there's the tool right there. Yes, that is correct, Kurt. All right, so Fauci, no problem, Kurt. It makes a whole huge difference when you use that. So it looks like Fauci's talking right now, going over some COVID stuff. Let's see, live, Dr. Fauci and top NIH officials testify before Congress. So here we go, back with this COVID news. Hey, Barack, how's it going? Good morning. Let's see. Lisa said I should probably stop trading off my phone at this stage. Yeah, you probably should, Lisa. Last thing you want to do is enter trade and then it freezes up on you. So we got Fauci over here talking. Let me check the news again real quick. I think there's news at 7:30, right? I got to go and remark stuff up here. I totally forgot. So 7:30 right here. 6:30. 7 and 8. Let's mark up a couple of things here. The news happened here at 5:30. Market open was right here at 6:30. Other than that, there's a clean chart. As you guys can see, price isn't really going anywhere, right? It's just ranging between this area right here. Huge consolidation, not really much to do at the moment. Let me just take this stuff off real quick. I'm gonna have to mark up news right here at 7:30. Also mark up news price over here. Price is actually bouncing around news price, as you guys can see. It's 5:30. The price is literally just around news price. If you guys are not familiar with what news was released at this time, it was inflation news. So inflation news came out here, price dumped, corrected back up, and now it's just moving sideways around the inflation news price, which is no surprise, right? This is why we draw news price and why we draw opening price. So like now that price is kind of bouncing around that area, I wouldn't be surprised if price comes right back down to opening price. All right, look at where price is currently coming down to. I wouldn't be surprised if price comes down further. So if you guys remember, we had the V3 here that was running. I just took it off the chart, but there was a V3 that was running right here. Where was it at? Right over here. It's currently still running. I think it's in profit now. It actually hit CP already. So there goes the V3 that we were following earlier. So I was telling you guys earlier that there was a V3 that was currently running. I deleted it to clean up the chart a little bit, but that was a V3 right there. and went straight to TP. But look where price is bouncing off the sessions, right? This is why we have a red flag or the sessions right there. So it's right at the sessions. Rami said just hit my TP for that V3, but wow, today's been crazy. Yeah, no, I agree, Rami. Definitely. Rick said, no idea how people can trade off their phones. LOL, I'm still trying to get Facebook on my phone. Kenny said, can you do a YouTube video how to trade on the computer? So that's something that you can probably find on YouTube already, Kenny. You know, I keep trying to tell you guys that there's like, I can't drag my MT4 over to my main screen over here. So unfortunately, we can't do that because I have to show you the trading view. This is where we execute, this is where we analyze the charts. So if I drag over my MT4, it usually corrupts the file because I'm on a Mac. I know it's considered native to the Mac, but it's not. It's just a, you know, it's just a copy because it's meant for the PC. So I can't copy this over. But if you guys want, like, if you guys have basic stuff like that you need help with, and I don't mean to like call it basic, but it really is basic. You know, like you go to YouTube and you just search how to enter trades on MT4. I mean, it's very simple. You go to how to enter trades on MT4, and there's like a million videos on here. How to place a trade in MT4. How to enter trades on MT4, MT5. There's a ton of videos here. So as much as I would like to help you guys out with it, this video is probably the best one. How to use MT4. It shows you everything. You know, if you guys have a trading question, yeah, I could show you guys how to trade. But showing you guys how to use MT4, that's not really going to be the thing that I'm really focused on here, guys, because it's super basic, right? It's like hitting buy or sell, not too difficult. But if you guys want to go and look that up, just go to YouTube or go on Google. I mean, there's a lot of resources out there, how to enter trades and stuff like that. So yeah, sorry, Kenny, I would help you with that, but I can't because I'm not trying to corrupt my MT4 and then have to reinstall it and then log into all my accounts. It's just a headache to do something like that. Kenny said, LOL, I'm in the back with. Yeah, but you'll find a lot of videos on there. Yeah, Rami said it's definitely not Mac compatible. I agree. So whenever I set up MT4 on my computer, I can't take it off because it's going to screw it up. Like I have one screen that's dedicated just to MT4. I never move it. It's just there. Let me scroll up real quick. PC said on TradingView, I suddenly boost the ability to zoom in, zoom out. Click on this button right here, PC, click on auto. So if you accidentally zoom in like that, you click auto and it'll go back to where it was. And if you want to zoom out, just click this button right here, reset chart, and then it'll go back. And you can just zoom in if you want to go closer, zoom out, etc. All right, so there's nothing for us to take at the moment. This was a V3. It's not going to count as a trade because I didn't call it and I didn't take it myself, but just wanted to show you guys that there was a V3 that was there. So that's not a trade that we're going to count, obviously. There's just a lot of areas here where red flags, right? So going back to the red flags over here, we have price near sessions, which is number one. Price near news price, number two right here. There's just no areas for us to take trades at the moment. So we're kind of just holding off on that. Let me scroll down real quick, see if I miss anything. Mauricio said, use parallels on Mac to run Windows programs. Yeah, I could do that, but the Mac program for MT4 is perfectly fine. I just don't want to have to drag it around, right? That's the thing. So it works perfectly fine, Mauricio. It's just I can't drag it to my main screen because I have 3 different monitors. You know, if you guys follow the Instagram page, I took a picture of my my setup here. I have the main one here, which is TradingView. I have one that's just MT4, and then I have one for the chat. So it's just for convenience. Yeah, no thanks, Mauricio. I've a long time ago when they didn't have a Mac application for it, I was going to use parallels, but I just never ended up doing that. That's why we made the switch from forex.com broker to now MC4 as a platform to execute trades. Maddie said there's a 10-minute V3 running. Yeah, not one that I would personally take myself, but yes, there is technically one running right there. The reason I wouldn't take it is because it's right at the sessions. So you guys can see right here exactly where it's bouncing off. So I'll mark it up right here just to follow it, but it's like right at the sessions. Going back to the red flags right here. Red flag number one, prices at sessions, which is right there. Lisa said, can Yellen come back and tank the market, right? And you're getting back on today, go over the inflation news. I think there's news later today. Let me check the calendar real quick. Well, there's crude oil inventories at 7:30. We have a 10-year bond auction at 10. Federal budget balance at 11. If you guys can wait until 11:30, Biden's going to speak. Probably expect that to drop. We got Rick's house price balance right here. It's the UK news though. Other than that, I think that's about it. There's nothing else for today. So going back over here to the 5-minute, there's nothing for us to take here at the moment. And there's technically a V3 that was running right here. It already hit full TP, so it's too late for that. Nothing off the 3-minute, and then nothing off the 5-minute here as well, or the 1-minute actually, sorry. As you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity building on the top side though. So what you might get here is you might get a manipulated push to the upside and then a swing right back down. But realistically, price is just ranging right down the middle right here, right? So if you guys are just looking at where price is currently ranging from, it's literally just ranging right here. Right down the middle. There's nothing going on here. It's just a range. So other than that, let's take a look at the retail sentiment real quick, see if anything's changed. Refreshing the IG sentiment over here. Retail sentiment is currently at 67% long. We're still looking for sells. Looking over here at the fundamentals. Fundamentals are very bullish. So with that said, the bias does not align, right? So if you go over here to the overall bias, you want retail sentiment to be more than 60%. Right now, it is 67%. So this is telling us to take sells. For the second step, you want to confirm fundamental bias is either above 100 points or below 100 points. Right now, it is above 100 points. It's currently plus 213. So with that said, you're kind of weighing the balances. Retail sentiment is telling you to take a sell. Fundamentals are telling you to take a buy. They don't align, so we don't have an overall bias today, or for right now, actually. We just have a back and forth movement until this swings back down. So refreshing this right here. I do think overall price will come back down though. So looking at the heat map over here, for the most part, a lot of stuff here is pretty down the middle. It's like the big market cap here are very red, while all of these in combination are kind of green. So there's really no direction for us right now. And as you can see, it's clear that there's no direction because price just keeps going back and forth. It's just a back and forth movement, right? Retail sentiment takes control. And then fundamentals take control. Then it comes back down. Retail sentiment takes control. It's just a back and forth movement. So until they align, there's not really going to be much for us to take. Let's see. Yeah, Matthew said price is just ranging around a news price. Yeah, that's exactly where it's going. So as you can see right here, I mean, if I was just to draw a box right here, it's really where price just keeps going around, news price. Let's see, Craig said, in regards to bias, I've been trading for 5 years since I started with K2 just over a week now, I finally have confidence on what direction to trade. Unbelievable. Yeah, I know. And that's the game changer, right, Craig? Because you've been trading for a while. So I'm sure a lot of times you'll take a trade and you're like not really sure if you're trading the right direction, right? using the bias and really waiting for price to show you where price is going. You know, if you look at retail sentiment and fundamentals, it gives you like that huge edge in the market. Because I mean, what happens is a lot of people trade in directions that they're not even sure if price is going that way. They just trade because they think technicals are telling them to take a sell. Like for example here, right? We were looking for a sell bias pretty much all morning. So like, for example, price is pushing up here. We wouldn't have taken any buys. So we would have never gotten caught up here, right? Trying to reach a trade in this area. We're looking for a sell. So if you waited for this to come down, you know, you would have caught the entire bias right there. So yeah, this is why bias is the main thing I look for, guys. If there's no bias there, then I don't take a trade. So currently right now, no bias because they don't align. Until this turns red over here, I'm not looking to take any trades at all. My main bias is going to be retail sentiment because I want to trade opposite of everyone else. Everyone here is buying, so I definitely want to sell, but I'm not waiting to take any trades until, until this here drops back down. Yeah, Craig said I was trading with ICT methods and just couldn't get it. Bias was so subjective using that method. Now before market opens, I know what way to trade, and now I know this. The amounts to trade I take went from 15 to 25 a day to 2 to 3 max. Exactly, Craig, and that's exactly what I do too. So like, for example, here, I take like a few trades a day. I literally take like one, 2, or 3 trades a day, but they're all high quality trades. So if you take high quality trades, you can take a bigger lot size, right? Sometimes people will look at my lot size and they'll freak out. They'll be like, oh, he's using a 10 lot. Well, no shit, because I know what I'm doing. I'm trading in the direction that I know. Like, I know price can hit TP. So that's why I could use a big lot size. A lot of people get scared using big lot sizes because they don't know what they're doing, right? For me, I can enter a trade and not really be worried because I'm trading the direction of bias. Even though it goes into drawdown at some point, overall, it's going to push back into my direction. So I think Professor's here as well. So let me just take a screenshot. I know Professor likes seeing this, like basically the weekly profits. So let me just show you guys. It's just Wednesday, so we're 3 days into the week. And here are my profits for the, let me just copy this over. I just always find it funny when people try to call out lot sizes, but if you're confident with the position, why wouldn't you go for a bigger lot size? It just doesn't make sense. So Professor, here's basically my profits for the day so far. So adding this up right here, I know Professor likes to see this because this motivates everyone to stay disciplined and just take trades that are high quality, right? High quality, high probability trades instead of taking risky trades, like taking 10, 20 trades a day. I take like 1, 2 trades a day. So for today, I took 1 trade. Here's my profit for the day so far across all my accounts. I have 5 accounts here, so there's where I'm sitting for the day, 7,569. This is just for today. We add up the week so far across all my accounts here, 5627, 5082, 5420, 5620. And you can see these are all different accounts because they all have different profits. They're not all the same. Every account's different. This is for the week so far, right? And this is me taking 1, 2, 3 trades a day. So I mean, if you guys can get this down and you guys can have the discipline and just look for these perfect entries, then the profits do add up. And this isn't to show you that, okay, I make this much. No, this is to show you guys that consistency and discipline will let you add up those profits day after day. So just, your daily dose of motivation there to just look for the quality trades versus, it's quality over quantity, guys, as always. Price is pushing up right here. This is exactly what I mentioned earlier. So if you guys were listening to me earlier, I mentioned that there was a lot of liquidity sitting up here. This is a temporary push I see. Price is pushing up. It's hitting liquidity. Once all the liquidity is hit, I expect it to possibly come back down. Not this far, but maybe back into the range over here. So we have news coming up here in about 6 minutes at 7:30. That is going to be the crude oil inventories. I don't think this is going to affect the market that much, but it will affect the market. So when we do see that, some of the stocks here like Chevron, let's refresh that. Just a couple stocks here. Caterpillar possibly, Chevron for sure. See, Chevron is pretty bullish right now. So depending on how that comes out, that could affect the market. So a couple of stocks here that I could see being affected by the news would be Chevron, Goldman Sachs, Invested Gas, New Boeing. Just a couple here. Let's see. Rami said V3 hit for I'm assuming 100 pips. Oh, you're talking about this one right here. So there was a V3 right here that Rami was referring to. I mean, props to you for taking that. I wouldn't have taken this, it's too risky. But yeah, Rami over here took this for about 100 pips. So nice work, Rami. Caught that move right there. So let me pull this up real quick. If you guys have prop to send in, feel free to send them in. I think that's it for right now. See Duggan over here. Yeah, Duggan said profit factor, all that matters. So yeah, profit factor 5.13. So nice work right here, Duggan. Duggan is currently up 11,663 in his account. So he's almost done with his challenge here, it looks like, Duggan. So looking pretty solid right here. He's about 9,000 to finish this challenge right there. Tiana over here as well, locked in a total of 3,213. Nice work, Tiana. Eunice been taking trades today. Yeah, market is kind of crazy. And here's Rami. So Rami is the one that took the trade right here for the V3. He locked in a total of 96 for the day, about $100, smaller account right here. And then his second account over here locked in 292. So nice work right there, Rami. Yeah, he said lower lot size dramatically because of imbalance and bias. Smart decision. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. If you guys have more profits to send in, feel free to send them in. It's about to be 6:30 or 7:30 right now, so the news is going to come up. Maybe this will push price a bit down. But all in all, there's no entries available right now. Yeah. This one here definitely didn't play out. So guys, this is why it's important that you guys look at the red flags, right? I mentioned right here, I wouldn't have taken the sell because of price was right at the sessions. Price literally bounced off the sessions and came right back up. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back down and hits TP at this point, right? But right now, this is the reason why we wouldn't have taken this trade. Red flag, price is near sessions. It was literally at the sessions. So if you scroll in a little bit, from the entry point to sessions, like 100 pips. All right. Yeah, I drink all this freaking vitamin C. I hate when this happens, when you get sick like right before your vacation. So guys, I'm sure you guys have like noticed, I go on one vacation every month. So this week I'm going to Vegas. I'll be bringing my laptop, so I will be trading with you guys in Vegas, just like we did during Christmas last year. Last month I was in Chicago, I was trading with you guys there as well. So we'll see where the next couple months bring us. Hopefully I can travel internationally and then maybe visit some of you guys out there. But yeah, no, definitely. Oh, nice. Matt, are you going to EBC on Friday? I'll be at EBC on Friday. Yeah, Craig said come to Scotland. Yeah, I know, I'm down. I think that was like our initial plan before COVID happened. It was to travel all over and visit you guys, but COVID happened, and now we can finally make our way around. Brock said, "How soon for Turkey?" Yeah, I've always wanted to visit Turkey too. Nice. Rami said, "I'm moving to Thailand next month for a year." Yeah, that's huge, Rami. It's pretty cool though. You'll be over there. Yeah, I'm trading in Thailand. That'll be pretty cool. You'll probably be on the same time as Lisa, since she's over there in Indonesia, in Bali. So while you're in Afghanistan, said come to Afghanistan, bro. Yeah, my buddy, he's from Afghanistan. I saw this video. It's pretty crazy out there. Well, I mean, everything that's happened over the years. Oh gosh, okay, cool. Yeah, so Rami said he lived in Thailand for a while playing soccer, so it's nothing new. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think probably later in the year, I'll probably start traveling internationally. I try to go on at least one vacation a month. It's good for you guys' health too, because like the thing is we're here trading every day. Well, I mean, it's not that stressful because you trade in the morning, but that's the good thing about trading. Like for me here, I can sorry, let me go back over here, guys. The news just passed right here. Let me see what the news was like. News was it was negative and price did drop right there. So I'm gonna go mark up news price right here. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, the good thing about trading is that you can trade from anywhere, right? Like I can travel anywhere and I can, as long as I have an internet connection, I can still trade with you guys. I can go on live and still do our live sessions every morning. It doesn't really matter where I'm at. So it's a huge plus, especially, if you want to be a nomad and just travel everywhere. Let's see, MJ. Yeah, MJ, you should come to Vegas this weekend too. A lot of people are going to be there, lovers and friends. Yeah, no, definitely. Brock said you won't have done Turkey by November. We can try Kenya, trade in the wild for Christmas break. I know, right? That'd be crazy. Yeah, I think sometime later this year, I'm probably going to be taking a Euro trip. So I think I'm going to UK and Spain. And then I think later on in the year, I'll probably be visiting the Asian countries like Korea and Bali. See, there's no entries here on the 1 minute. Let me draw the news price over here as well on the clean chart. Does anyone know if currency.com is working yet? I mean, it wouldn't really matter because we're just going to stay on this for the rest of the day. There's not really much for us to really change right here. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, good to know. I'll just stay on Oana because we already have all of our drawings on here. Like we have everything drawn up, so I'm not going to go back and forth. I'll just leave it on Oana for today. Tomorrow we'll go back to currency.com. But so here's the good thing about us being in this community, right? If I wasn't on this live with you guys, we would have never saw that there was an issue with currency.com. And we kind of probably would have been screwed. Good thing that everyone here kind of voiced their concerns, and we knew that there was something wrong with the market, so that we could stop. But good to know. Other than that, there's nothing here off the 1 minute. There's nothing here off the 3 minute. There's nothing here off the 5 minute. There's a V3 building up over here on the 10 minute. However, again, it might be a bit of a risky move because it might cut into the sessions below, but actually, well, I mean, depends where it closes. We got about 5 minutes left on this candle right here. So this is going to take a while to close. When it does close, we'll confirm to see where it's at. Barack is asking if I would have taken this 5 minute here. Let me check to see how far the stop loss was. Yeah, actually, I would have taken this right here, the 5 minute. So there was another V3 right here, guys. As you guys can see, I didn't identify it. Barack did identify right here. There was, let me just put up the requirements. Well, here's the thing. I probably wouldn't have taken it. If there was a bias, then yeah, I would have taken it, but there's no bias right now, right? So again, right here, first requirement, confirm overall bias. If I look over here, retail sentiment is still telling us to take a sell. So we have a somewhat bias for a sell, 66% long. Looking over here at the fundamentals, they're still very bullish, right? So I probably wouldn't have taken the trade because I want these to line up. So realistically, no, I wouldn't have taken the trade. But if you're going for something here and you don't really care too much about the bias and you're just going off the retail sentiment, then, yeah, you could have taken the trade. But for me personally, you guys know how I trade. I only take trades that I absolutely know I'm going to win. Like I don't like losing trades. I don't like taking anything risky. So for me personally, I don't, I wouldn't have taken this trade here, but as you can see, it did hit TP. So confirming overall bias, it's a bit indecisive. So it's not very strong for a sell, but it is a sell overall with regard to retail sentiment. So if you were just looking at retail sentiment, then that would have been fine. We have the high here, step 2, step 3, the high was a green candle. Step 4, opposite color right there, next candle. Step 5, pending momentum, which we had there. And you could have entered the trade here with a minimum of stop loss of 300 pips. So yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken it myself, but I could see others taking this trade here because it did line up all right. So back to this entry over here on the 10-minute, I wouldn't take this trade here either for the same exact reason. The fundamentals are not aligned. So until they align, I probably wouldn't take that trade. Kevin's asking, hey, Sean, I want to do another challenge to add a second account. Who do you recommend? I would recommend maxing out FTMO first. Once you max out FTMO, then you can do MFF. Those are the accounts that I have right here. So let me see if I got my screenshot here. Okay, so these two accounts right here, this main one is going to be my main FTMO. It's a 200K account. This is my FTMO second account. It's 200K as well. These 3 right here are MFF. The reason why we stick with FTMO is because they've been around the longest and they have the best customer service and they're just all around the best funding company. The requirements are a bit higher than MFF, but they're the gold standard. So there's a reason why they have them higher, because they don't want to be attracting bad traders or people who get lucky. So FTMO first. You're not going to have any issues with payouts, questions, concerns, any of that stuff. Their support is A1. They'll get back to you right away. MFF is like the runner-up. They're okay, but their customer service still sucks. They take like a day to respond to you. So that's what I would recommend. FTMO, max it out. I think you get a full max account of 400K with them, and then MFF. So MFF has a higher max, 600K. I'm trying to wrap up the last bit of it so that I can max out my funding with those two. And then from there, I'll just stick with them for a while until I find something else. Definitely not going to TFF, so don't do TFF. That funding company was so easy to pass. I passed their challenge and verification within less than a week. And then I get funded, and all of a sudden, as soon as I get funded, they screw me over. So you got to be careful with these new companies that come out. There's a lot of scam companies out there. All right, guys, so check this out. Look where price is currently at. If you guys remembered where we were anticipating price to go, liquidity right there. And I wouldn't be surprised if it starts to make its way back down. So I wouldn't be surprised if it like wicks off here and then comes back down. Or if it keeps pushing up. There's 2 different scenarios here that can play out. Price will either wick off it and come back down, or price will continue pushing up. This is kind of what you're looking for. You're looking for 2 scenarios here where you can take trades. Yeah, alarm to the 5-minute would hit stop loss. It would have hit TP already, Salarm. So it actually already hit TP. The entry was right here. The high right there was a green candle. The entry was right there, would have hit TP. So it wouldn't have hit stop loss because it already hit TP before it shot up. It did shoot up after, but at that point it would have hit TP already. Other than that, the 10-minute over here, what were we looking at? Okay, here we go. Actually, there's no 10-minute here to take anyways to begin with. So no entry here off the 10-minute. This is what I was talking about earlier, guys. So like, you got to wait for the actual candle to close to enter the trade. There was no V3 here off the 10 because this candle actually pushed up higher. Here's the 1 minute, still nothing here to take. Nothing off the 3, nothing off the 5, and nothing off the 10. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I can answer whatever questions you guys have. There isn't really much for us to take right now. So if you guys do have questions, I can answer whatever questions you guys have. Kurt said on the 30-minute, if the bias was correct, that would have been pivot strategy. Let me see. trying to see what you're referring to. Or, so the thing with this is that it's kind of delayed, so you might have to use a different broker, like Wanda. Yeah, you're right. So if you're trying to take the trade here, using a pivot strategy, and the bias was pointing towards a buy, then yes, this would be an entry for you right here, Kurt, for a buy. But we know for sure that the bias is not a buy, so I wouldn't have taken this trade here. You would have been taking sells. So this right here would have been one that you would have taken because we know the retail sentiment is a sell, right? So for this over here, yes, this would be the one that you would have taken for a pivot scalp. And if you took that trade there, full TP. Or actually not that one because it was above the pivots. This right here actually would be an entry. So if you're trying to apply the pivot scalp strategy, this right here would actually be one that you would have taken. We did have a sell bias. So if you took that trade right there, full TP, you basically would take every sell here because the bias here has been a sell for like the past couple of days. So if you took anything here on the 30-minute, I mean, literally anything you took here would have hit TP, like this right here, TP. This right here, TP. This right here, TP, etc. Right? I don't really, well, I mean, I personally don't trade on the 30-minute, but if you guys want to trade on there, it's the same concepts that apply both ways. All right, so no clear direction here yet off the 1 minute. Price is still kind of bouncing around. There's nothing here on the 3 minute. Yeah, there really isn't much for us to look at here for the most part. Yeah, Rami said fundamentals are so bullish right now. I'm going to sit it out. Probably a smart idea, Rami. Yeah, no, exactly. Tony said, just do what Sean is doing, you'll be good. Realistically, that's all it is, guys. It's really just following directions. And so, you know, like every time I go over the requirements here, this is the main thing you guys want to follow. If you can confirm overall bias and avoid red flags, you guys should be perfectly fine. You can apply whatever strategy you want. Just make sure that you check these off, right? Overall bias and red flags. If you can do this, you know, you confirm this before you look for any trades, and then you also avoid these risky areas, you should hit like almost every single trade you take. Like if you guys have seen my profit so far, I haven't lost a trade in a long time. You know, all these have been wins. Yesterday was all wins. Day before that were all wins. Week before that were all wins. It's just really about being selective with what trades you take, right? I don't take every single trade. I wait for things to line up. Yeah, no, definitely, Professor. We'll see you tomorrow. So Professor's done for the day. It looks like a lot of you guys are signing off due to the fact that there just isn't anything for us to take. If you guys have any other questions, put your questions in the chat, and then I can answer whatever you guys need help with. So you know, feel free to put whatever questions, guys, because right now we don't really have much. It's 7:44 right now, so we're probably gonna log off soon anyways. You know, we run the session until about 8, but if there's nothing for us to take, there's just no point. The main reason I would want to log off earlier is because I don't want you guys to FOMO into any trades, right? I can tell that some people here are getting antsy, right? Some people are just getting impatient. You guys want to just take something. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a buy or a sell. You guys are starting to ignore your rules, your requirements, stuff like that. And that's normal, right? That's your trade psychology. Like if the thing is, if you've been sitting on your hands this whole time and you see price pushing up, what happens? People start to feel that you need to take a buy, right? Because you think you're missing this entire move. The problem is as soon as you guys enter a buy right here, what happens? Price comes all the way back down. And then you're like, damn, I should have listened to Sean, because if I confirm the overall bias, I would have never taken a buy here, right? So this is just from experience, because I see people all the time, like we'll have this live session and then like 20 minutes later, someone will message me like, oh, Sean, I took a buy here. What did I do wrong? And I'm like, okay, did you look at the bias? And they're like, yeah, but I thought price was going to keep pushing up. And then what happens is price comes all the way down, stops them out. So, you know, I get questions like that every single day. And it's like, it's just, you know, it's a wake up call for you guys. If you guys keep making the same mistakes and you guys don't look at overall bias, you have to understand that you're making a mistake there. Some people just, you have to take L's like that until you guys start listening, which is okay. Just make sure that you don't bleed yourself dry trying to do that. Brock probably knows about that, right? I've seen a lot of people do that. It's all good. All right, so Craig over here as well, locked in a total of 2,877 for the day. Nice work, Craig. So Craig passes phase one. Nice. So big congrats to Craig. Craig's been here for like, about a week or so, 2 weeks, and he's passed his FTMO phase one. So on your way to verification, on your way to get funded, Craig. I know a lot of you guys here who are new to K2, like this has been a big leap for you guys, right? Even getting past the challenge. I've seen a lot of people who just can't cut it, right? But once they join K2, they pass like right away. It's all about discipline, guys. Other than that, Andreas said my trades for today, you took no trades. So good job there, Andreas. No risky moves on your end. Kenny said that okay, got you, Kenny. So Fox News, looks like Biden's probably gonna be speaking or something like that. I'll check in a little bit. Scrolling down. Let's see. Swan over here, locking a total of 6,209. Nice work, Swan. Yeah, 6,209. Other than that, guys, I think that's it. Let me see if there's anything else here. Price is kind of making its way down. I don't think this is necessarily going to be an indication that price can reverse, but it's kind of doing what I just warned you guys of, right? I was like, as soon as you guys start entering buys, price is going to come all the way back down. The thing that you want to be careful for here is going to be the news price, because price can bounce off it or it can break below. A couple different scenarios that can play out right here. Kurt said the V3 on the 15-minute hit. I don't see any V3 over here. Kurt, are you talking about one that happened like a long time ago? I don't see any V3 that happened recently. There was one that happened over here, and then there's one that happened over here. So there's one here that happened, but this was like a long time ago. This happened at 4:30. That one right there, that would have hit full TPS. And then again down here, that happened at about 5:45, about 2 hours ago. That also would have hit TP right there too. So there's a candle dropping right here, Kurt, but there's no V3 right there. Yeah, I see that the candle is dropping, but there's no V3 that's there. You might want to go back and review the strategy, Kurt, because you confirm overall bias. You're looking for a high low. There's no high low here at all prior to this candle. So yeah, there's definitely no V3 here with regard to the specific setup that you're kind of referring to. Let's see, Maddie said V1 body super risky though. Was that on the 1 minute, Maddie? This one right here for a buy. Oh, you're talking about this one right here, right? Yeah, the sell. So the one that Maddie was talking about right here was a V1. So the V1 that Maddie was talking about was right over here. If you replay this right here. Over here, again, you can't really confirm overall bias. That's why it's super risky. You can only confirm retail sentiments. We're looking for sells. For two, you want to confirm the high low. We have a high right here. Candle following high low is a double wick or double body. I need to change this requirement, guys, because it's not the one following it. It could be anyone next to it. So it can be the one before it or after it. So we have a high here and we have a double body on the same level. With that said, you would enter this for a short position right here. We have a pending momentum in the direction. So 100 pips. have that set up right there. Quick little scalp. You want to let it run. Full TP right there. So that's the one that Maddie's referring to. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. So here we go. As price comes down and retests news price. When price gets to this point, one of two things will happen. Price will either bounce off it or will break below and continue dropping further. Scotty mentioned V3 on the 5. I don't see it on my end over here, Scotty, because this high right here would need to be a it would need to be a green candle. Yeah, V1. So you might be referring to a V1, Scotty. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. Maddie just confirmed that this is a V1 as well. Which, yes, it is a V1. It's too late to enter though. Damn, that would have been a good one right there too, huh, Maddie? The V1 on the 5, I'd probably put stop loss at the swing. I mean, it just really depends on someone's preference. But yeah, right there, another V1. This uses a fixed stop loss, but if you're trading on the higher time frames, you can probably put it at the swing. It's pretty solid right there, 600 pips. Yeah. There's a lot of good entries that are coming up right here because it's moving in the direction of the bias, the retail sentiment, not necessarily the. So as you can see, the number is starting to drop here. It was at like 70%, 77, 75. It's now at 65. Fundamentals here are still very green, so it's kind of risky to take any sells right now, but overall it is still a it's still indecisive. 10-minute, or Rav said 1 on 10-minute coming. Yes, so Rav is correct. There's one right here that's coming on the 10-minute. This is going to be a bit risky, Rav. I'd probably go for like 500 pips instead of putting it at the swing. The reason for that's because it's at, it would have to cut through the sessions below here. One red flag here that you want to look out for is that it's a huge candle, right? So I'd probably just skip it myself personally, but you can follow and see where it goes. But yeah, this candle here is just way too big. If the candle gets smaller like it did earlier, then yeah, maybe you can take it, but cup prior is just way too big. It's too large. You might want to go for maybe 1,000 pips. Kind of got to play by ear. So nothing here off the 5, nothing here off the 3, nothing here off the 1. And you guys can see here exactly where price went, right? Price broke the news candle. It did bounce off right there off the initial rejection, and then it dropped lower. Now that it dropped lower, same thing happening right here, right? Price can do one of two things, two different scenarios. Price will either bounce off it or it'll continue dropping. So nothing here off any of these. This one still has about 6 minutes left on it, so there's not really much for us to take here. So, all right, guys, it's getting close to 8. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, it looks like we'll be wrapping up the session a little early today. Main reason we're wrapping it up is because I don't want you guys to be FOMOing into any of these trades, right? Like I could see some people here just like waiting to hit that sell button. They want to enter this right here, right away, but it's not going to be a good entry because of the location, right? This candle's too big. If it was up here, then maybe, like it was kind of pushed up a little higher up here, then yeah, okay, maybe. But you still have about 6 minutes left on this candle, so it's going to take a while for it to close. One of the main things that I would recommend to keep an eye out would be the overall bias. So over here, we're still looking for sells, but the main thing you want to look for is the fundamentals here. You want this to drop into the red. You can see here that it is dropping lower. It was at like 400 points, then 300 points, now back to 200 points. It's going to keep dropping lower and lower. So that's something that you guys want to maybe look out for. But you can see right here, this is the reason why I'm not looking to take any trades, because it's right at news price, right? So if you guys remember the red flags, you don't want to trade near news price. So here's a couple of red flags here. There's more than one, right? You don't want to trade near news price. You don't want to trade if the candle is too big, which is too big here. And you also don't want to trade near sessions. So when price does drop below here, you still have a lot of areas to avoid. Sessions, opening price, sessions, right? So you're still going to have a hard time making your way down. So even if you were to take a trade like something like this on the 10-minute, there's going to be a lot of areas where you can get caught in a bad position. So other than that, guys, it is 7:55. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. We're going to wrap it up for the day. I don't want you guys to FOMO into any trades. Hopefully a lot of you guys locked in profits with the majority of the group here. If you guys do have any more profits to send in, just send them in. Lisa over here, nice, another profit here. She took the sell. So she said she couldn't help herself. And she took the sell that we probably identified over here, one of these sells. And she locked in a total of 1,500, total profit of 9,000 for the day. Nice work, Lisa. Tuan over here currently up 7,006. And then oh, no, sorry guys. I'm coughing a lot right there. And Marco just sent his profits locked in a total of 543. So other than that, I think we're good. So I'll send you the video right now, Marco, but other than that, I think we're good. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, have a great rest of your morning. And if you guys don't need to trade, I recommend you guys sit out the market because Biden is going to be speaking today. So don't let Biden have you burn through all your profits for a day. Just call it a day, come back tomorrow, and then we'll just rinse and repeat what we did today, make some more profits. So other than that, guys, have a great rest of your morning, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the next live